Here at the 2100, the Changing Lives handicap field is set. The rider of Beg to Differ with the white cap goes on in. The lights are flashing and the stalls have sprung open immediately, and Already Famous off the inside was the first to leave. Corporate Larrikin, they will quickly head him, and then Master Magician settling third, cruising over. Beg to Differ. Carbridge going to put the foot right on the brake here and drop Middle Earth back towards the tail outside of At the Ready, and down on their inside Cougar Knights leaving the straight over by Beckett's Gate. 1800 to travel now, and up Matheson Road they head behind Corporate Larrikin. He assumes his customary roll in front, leading by a length and a half. Beg to Differ second, Already Famous a length and a half away third. Master Magician's up running fourth, and Cougar Knights has progressed up on the rails to be fifth. Then came At the Ready and trailed in turn by Middle Earth, and over by the 1400 they go to the back of the Ascot racecourse, and the leader is Corporate Larrikin. The Great Southerner on top, leading a length and a half. Running second, Beg to Differ. Then 2 lengths away, Already Famous. It's an even tempo. 3/4 to Master Magician. Over on the inside then Cougar Knights, about to be joined by At the Ready, and Carberry riding a patient race here on Middle Earth is back there sizing the field up when they come down the riverside of the track with 1,000 metres left to travel in the fourth, and the leader is Corporate Larrikin. No change at all to the order. Running second is Beg to Differ. Ditto on the rails, Already Famous. Master Magician fourth, but he's had some cover. Then came Cougar Knights, 3/4 At the Ready. He'd have to make his move fairly soon, and likewise Carberry on Middle Earth as they went along by the 700, and Corporate Larrikin still dictating terms leads the way. Beg to Differ second, Already Famous down on the inside from Master Magician, handily placed to the home corner, trailed then by At the Ready, about to glide off his heels and come around them. Over on the inside then pushing off the fence Cougar Knights, and Middle Earth is last of all and 4 or 5 lengths from the leader. At the top of the straight now, Corporate Larrikin called upon, led Beg to Differ. Master Magician pulls out. At the Ready over on the outside. Middle Earth's under heavy pressure, back there near enough to last at the 150, and Master Magician had reached the lead. He drives to the front from Corporate Larrikin. At the Ready's trying hard, but it's Master Magician, too strong, too good. Master Magician bounces back and beat At the Ready. Good go third. Middle Earth came late with Cougar Knights. Corporate Larrikin fought on will, then came Already Famous, and back with it is Beg to Differ. Master Magician $8.30 and $3.10. Mitchell Pateman, he gets the 10 out of 10 ride here on Master Magician. The universal ruler gelding, after being a bit disappointing last start, well beaten to Mississippi Delta coming off 5 weeks, but he's clearly strip fitted this afternoon. A horse with bar shoes, and this has been given a great ride by Mitchy Pateman to beat At the Ready. And Tight go third. Corporate Larrikin kicked on the inside of Cougar Knights. Middle Earth made a lunge at them, and the judge calls for the magnifying glass to determine third placing. But it is all honours to Master Magician. They forgot about him here after the flop last start. He did win at 2,200 back there on the 31st of March. A universal ruler about to blow gelding for Impressive Racing. G. Horner, T. O'Day, P. Boardley, G. McCleary, J. Jacobson, Adar Shaw, K. Mrs. D. Palmer, Mrs. D. Abel, N. Furnival, and S. B. Roy. S. Hickman, along with M. Setinieri, B. Taylor, and Mrs. S. Reynolds, S. Illingsworth, T. Pegram, and Miss S. Pulchy, and Miss A. C. Evans. Trained by Darren McAuliffe. Mitchy Pateman there in the saddle. Let's go out to Britt Taylor, and she's with Mitch, and he gave this horse a really sweet ride throughout, and it was too good, and he's captured his best form today, Britt.
Thanks, Darren. Mitch, congratulations. You deserve that. Last week, you opted to ride this horse instead of going to Kalgoorlie. Things didn't quite go to plan, but he's rewarded you today.
Yeah, he did. I sort of had a pretty good expectation last week of him, and we can probably put that one down to pilot error. I'm sure Jason Brown will be sitting at home. He'll be much happier with me ride today.
Well, I know at Northam, Jace came in and he had plenty to say to you, giving it to each other, so you've just got one up. Tell us about the run today, a much better run.
Yeah, I loved a beautiful spot. I loved a beautiful spot the other day. I just sort of went too early, so I sat and waited today, and I peeled out just before the corner, and he's a very good stayer. Darren's done a very good job with him because he's got a lot of issues, and yeah, he's repaying all the owners now.
Congratulations, Mitch.
Cheers, Britt, thanks.
And I'm now joined by the trainer, of course. He is the master, Darren McAuliffe. Macca, that was a really good effort today by your stayer.
Yeah, beautiful ride by Mitch, yeah. That's all we really need to say.
Were you confident today?
I was confident of a better run than last start, yeah, that's for sure.
He's a really good stayer. We saw that a couple of starts back. He's a progressive type. How far can he go if you can keep him in that kind of form like we saw today?
Well, if we could get him a little bit more sounder, you know, everything revolves around that. You know, it went 5 weeks between runs into last start. Purely and simply, we put the bar shoes on to give him a little bit of extra comfort and help him at little 1%. And, you know, it took him a while to settle into him. So a stale, you know, even though he won second up 22, 5 weeks between runs not ideal. But, look, he's a handy enough star. He's no world champion. But we can tick him along through these races. I'm sure he'll pay his way. Well done, mate. And by the sound of that roar of the owners, you should not be buying a beer today. Well, they're all up for Art Series later on, then we might go on holiday for a while.
Thank you, D-Mac.
Thank you.
Here we go. There is Darren McAuliffe, kicking home, or training master magician, thanks to a master of a ride there by Mitchell Pateman. The Rough Habit Plate over the 2,000 metres isn't far away. Let's head to Brisbane and Josh Fleming.
And the photo for third went to 2 Corporate Larrikin ahead of number 6 Kurga Knights. Middle Earth ran 5th, 1 length, 1 1/4, and a short half head, 2:13.52 there, the time posted for the 2100 metres. We'll check in on the sectional very shortly. And looking at the next of the day, race 5 on the card. This will be the running of the Passengers Youth Engagement Hub Plate. For 2-year-olds, they'll run over 1,000 metres, the youngsters. And there are no changes to the opening leg of the quaddie.